Our Universalist heritage proposes that each person is made of divine goodness. Science offers that we are stardust. Whatever your beliefs, know that you are a gift inherently worthy of love. You are a gift, and we are glad that you are here. Love is the spirit of all souls. In this moment of our shared journey, may you feel witnessed and honored wherever you are on your journey. Let us now greet our neighbors, especially new or returning people, with our names and pronouns.
Buenos dias, mi gente. So good to see you all today. Liz, thank you for playing that iconic Cyndi Lauper song. Cyndi Lauper, of course, is a Unitarian Universalist. She belongs to one of our New York congregations. So, you know, when days are rough, remember, we've got Cyndi Lauper. It is so good to be together today. I'm the Reverend Katie Romano Griffin, your senior minister. Together with Marley McCampbell, our worship associate, Liz Elsmore, music director, Nancy Bainey, pronouns she, her, or Aisha, Rev Dorian, who is our coordinator for digital ministry and congregational life, pronouns he, they, We are your worship team on the chancel today, and a shout out to all the musicians today. We've got some real musical treats coming up for you. People of all ages are joyfully welcomed in service, and nursery care is available if that option is best for you. And I understand that after service today, there is a parent and guardian family pitch-in upstairs in the BD room. So I hope that folks are able to participate in that today. I invite everyone, so at the edges of the pews and also online, if you go to our link tree, we have connection cards. Please fill one of those out. Let us know what your information is. Let's make sure we have it up to date in our database so we can get in touch with you if you have a need that we might be able to support. Also, if you have a comment or question, please do share that with us. You can always place it in the offering basket when it goes around. Few quick announcements. Thank you so much for everyone who helped with the tamales last week. I do hereby solemnly promise next time we will order more tamales. I heard like 80 tamales, like gone like that. So we'll make sure we've got more tamales next time. Next week, we will be saying goodbye to Amanda, who has been our nursery care assistant for 6 years. 6 years. Yes. Amanda will be transitioning from nursery care assistant to attendee of the congregation and friend of the congregation. So we're grateful that we'll still be able to see Amanda, and you'll hear more about that next week. I will be on vacation next week, completing some of the sabbatical things I didn't get a chance to do this summer, so I will be in Brown County doing some of the things you suggested I do. So very excited about that this coming week. As we continue our time together, let us acknowledge the land itself and those who have sustained it throughout the generations. We are upon the unceded land of the Lenape, Miamia, Kaskaskia, Shawnee, and Kickapoo people who were pushed from their land and whose children have been stolen for generations. As we strive to be a community of justice, may we continue to find ways to make real reparations. I offer you these words as we center ourselves. They are by Pat Uribe Lichty. We gather. We bring our sorrows, our disappointments, our failures. We gather for healing, for laughter, and to rejoice. We gather to find new ways of loving, new ways of thinking, new ways of being. We gather. Yes, always we gather. For it is in gathering that we find hope.
This morning, Rubik's Dude, aka Alan Schmidt, will be lighting our chalice today. Lighting our chalice reminds us to live into our covenant, and even when we are unsolved, as John Murphy joked with Alan this morning, we are still whole. I invite you to rise in body or spirit as we share the words printed in our order of service in Spanish and English. If you are with us online, please let us know where you are lighting your chalice from. We're going to say the words in Spanish first. El amor es el espíritu de esta iglesia, y el servicio es su ley, vivir juntos en paz, buscar la verdad en el amor, y ayudarnos unos a otros. Este es nuestro pacto. Love is the spirit of this church, and service is its law, to dwell together in peace, to seek the truth in love, and to help one another. This is our covenant.
If you can please remain risen, Liz has an oath of the day for us.
After me, these words of Steve Martin. This is the Nonconformist's Oath. I promise to be different. I promise to be unique. I I promise not to repeat things other people say. Thank you.
Please join me in taking a few moments to note that which is currently bringing joy or sorrow to our community. We hold in our hearts Bill Sinkford and the Sinkford and Chenoweth families as they mourn the loss of Maria Sinkford. Maria grew up at All Souls with her family, and her family, as well as many of us, will miss her kind spirit in this world. May her memory remain a blessing to us all, for her life surely was. Thank you to all who attended Joel Atwater's memorial yesterday at Eagle Creek. We continue to hold Richard, Teresa, Kyla, Annalise, Maura, Lacey, Trish, and the whole family in our hearts. Let us hold a moment of silence together for the joys and sorrows in our heart that are yet unnamed. Thank you. Please rise in body or spirit as we sing number 1012, When I Am Frightened.
When I am frightened, will you reassure me? When I'm uncertain, will you hold my hand? Will you be strong for me? Sing to me quietly. Will you share some of your stories with me? If you will show me compassion, then I may learn to care as you do. Then I may learn to care. When I am angry, will you still embrace me? When I am thoughtless, will you understand? Will you believe in me? Stand by me willingly. Will you share some of your questions with me? If you will show me acceptance, then I may learn to give as you do. Then I may learn to give. When I am troubled, will you listen to me? When I am lonely, will you be my friend? Will you be there for me? Comfort me tenderly. Will you share some of your feelings with me? If you will show me commitment, then I may learn to love as you do. Then I may learn to love.
Thank you. That was beautiful. Have you ever heard the saying that laughter is good medicine? Yeah, it actually is. And it's rooted in many ancient traditions. Dr. David Martine, an acupuncturist that I used to work with, used to prescribe laughter. He would write a script for it even, because then people would take it more seriously if it were on a script, which I know is ironic because it's laughter and we take it seriously when it's on a script, but there you have it. And some of us have taken laughter yoga classes, and he would prescribe that, and he would prescribe it for a specific amount of time. Now, modern science is also catching on to the benefits of laughter, but again, this is not new. So, one of the ways cultural appropriation happens is when somebody, quote unquote, discovers something, but really it existed in other traditions for a heck of a long period of time. So let's not fall into this trap. In the last year, though, the National Institute of Health, NIH, published a study. I know, it's rare these days, but a study was published by Lai-Ying Ku on the effects of laughter in cancer patients. And the study concluded that laughter therapy is a low-cost, easy-to-implement intervention that may have potential benefits in improving psychological symptoms, stress, anxiety, and depression, and physical symptoms like pain and fatigue among cancer patients. Laughter therapy has the characteristics of high safety, strong interaction, and strong feasibility, end quote. When we laugh, a cascade of chemicals floods our systems. Dopamine, serotonin, oxytocin. These are good things that make us feel better and more connected to each other, more connected to our environments, and for some of us, something larger than ourselves. Today's silly service was born during a staff worship team meeting as we were brainstorming ways to support the congregation in the presence of fascism. And this was Liz's suggestion, by the way. But it quickly caught fire. And it caught fire because laughter is medicine, and joy is essential to support us in not just surviving these times, but having the creative energy to imagine something new, a better world, one that is created not in reaction to fascism, but from a joy and a hope formed in the presence of it. And we hope to build a world that is just, creative, and equitable. Laughter leads to joy. Laughter leads to connection. And these are powerful forces for resistance and resilience. But laughter in these times, I want to be clear, this is not spiritual bypassing. Spiritual bypassing is when we deny feelings and we paper over them with spiritual platitudes, right? I'm going to tell a story two ways and see if you can spot which one includes spiritual bypassing. A person is driving to work. They hit an Indianapolis pothole. Their tire blows out. They feel anxious and upset. They text their boss, who is not happy, and while trying to fix the tire, they get splashed with mud. They call a friend to express how hard things are and ask for help. Their friend calls another friend who comes out to help. Person A is so moved by person B's generosity that they still feel deeply upset and also so grateful. They feel connected to a larger love. Wish they'd met this person sooner, because how kind is that to respond to the scene of a friend, right? They thank the helper, finally make it to work, arriving exhausted and muddy, but grateful for a new friend, holding those things together. If they had the morning to do over again, and if they had a magic power to make things different, they would have rather still met the person and instead had coffee instead of the tire incident. Now, version 2. Person A still hits the pothole, still gets splashed while trying to fix it, and when they notice that things aren't going well, they keep at it and keep telling themselves that this tire must be a good thing because there is a larger plan. They view their anger and frustration as bad and an antithesis to spirituality. Now, some of this is rooted in Calvinism. So the very founding of our country, if you work hard enough and if you suffer enough with a smile, you will be blessed. And if good things happen, you are blessed. So those are some Calvinist thoughts that are kind of baked into our society. Now, these folks, they don't call for help or support. They just keep reframing the situation as positive until hours later the tire is fixed. They arrive at work with a forced smile, mud on their cheek, completely exhausted, certain that they missed a miracle in the tire incident because it was probably their fault. But if they just smiled a little bigger, the good feelings and good vibes would enter their day. So, example 2, if you haven't guessed, contains elements of isolationism, toxic positivity, and spiritual bypassing. Now, reframing a situation can be important as a resiliency tool, but when it leads to isolation and self-blame, it crosses a line. So, today's service is more like the first scenario. We are present to the realities of the world, gathered together seeking deeper connection as a way through troubling times, not around them. I can't help but think a lot about my family in Argentina and the many fascist regimes that we have made it through. And community connection, laughter, the ability to dance and have joy as a means of resistance is essential. Now, what if you're here and you don't feel like laughing? Well, first of all, you don't have to. Nobody's going to force you to do anything. They shouldn't. Not, hopefully, in this space ever. We might talk to you a lot, but hopefully not in a way that is harmful. I do want to say, though, that if you stick around, you might find that you can't help but laugh. In the 1990s, a physician from India named Dr. Madan Kataria decided to start a laughter group at a local park. The group began by telling jokes and eventually practiced spontaneous laughter. Over time, Dr. Kataria and his wife drew conclusions from their own experiences with laughter, medicine, and yoga to create what is now called laughter yoga. My first experience with laughter yoga was at my best friend Shell's congregation, the Center for Spiritual Living in Cape Coral, Florida. And Shell, she's preached here before. She is a Science of Mind minister. And this instructor started by inviting those of us who wanted to laugh to begin with a ha 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 ha, which, and I don't know if you spell it J-A-J-A, you're my people also, or, H-A-H-A, but ha 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 ha, okay? That turned into giggles, and then that turned into laughter, and eventually everyone in the sanctuary was laughing. Would you like to practice? Okay, I might need some help from folks up here too. So we're going to begin with just a ha 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 ha. Come on, come on. Ha 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 ha. Oh, gosh. Oh. It gets you, right? Eventually, you just can't help it. My eyes are tearing. How do you feel? All right. Let us continue then.
In body or spirit, as you are able to sing number 354 in the gray hymnal, We Laugh, We Cry.
First and fourth only. First and fourth.
We laugh, we cry, we live, we die, we dance, we sing our song, we
Thank you. You may be seated. Now, some famous UU comedians you might not know about include Dave Chappelle, Steve Allen, and Kathy Griffin, no relation. Now, we might not be as funny as them. You might even groan at some of the jokes that we're about to tell you. Does anyone have a good groan you want to practice now? Oh, you're gonna need it. Many of these jokes are oldies and not so goodies. Most can be found on the UU Hysterical Society website. If you're not familiar with the UU Hysterical Society, it is run by a religious educator and Meadville Lombard Theological School graduate I am proud to have gone to school with, Liz James. Liz also leads the podcast, The Cracked Cup. She has set the entire Cambridge platform to the tune of Ice Ice Baby. So you can hear that 1648 gem to Ice Ice Baby. You can Google that online. But I encourage you to check out those incredible resources when you need an extra chuckle that is grounded in our faith. Let the silliness begin. Nancy, I think you have a good one for us.
Yeah. So once upon a time, there was a man who dreamed of having a Maserati. He wanted it so bad, and he worked and hard, and he saved, and he saved, and he finally was able to buy his Maserati. He decided that, you know, it'd be nice to have my Maserati blessed. So he went down to the Catholic church on the corner and asked the priest if he would bless his Maserati. And the priest checked his books of blessings. He said, I'm sorry, I don't see one here for a Maserati. What's a Maserati? The man said, never mind, you wouldn't understand. So he went on down to the Baptist church on the corner. And he talked to the minister there. And the minister said, well, you know, I love to do blessings, but what's a Maserati? And he said, never mind, you wouldn't understand. We thought he'd try the Nazarene church. Surely they would be into blessings. And the minister there, of course, said, oh, we love blessings. I'd like to do a blessing, but what's a Maserati? Now, he tried some other denominations, same thing. They wouldn't understand. So he finally ended up at the UU church, which is where he should have gone first. And the minister there said, I am so happy for you. I'm so glad that you finally got your Maserati. This must be a very special day for you. But help me out here. What's a blessing?
Why did the Unitarian Universalists bring a ladder to church? Because they wanted to reach a higher understanding.
How many Unitarian Universalists does it take to change a light bulb? Just one, but they'll have a group discussion about the best way to do it first.
Why don't Unitarian Universalists play hide and seek? Why? Because good luck hiding when everyone is encouraged to share their feelings.
How do UUs begin their prayers? To whom it may concern.
Why did the Unitarian Universalists get kicked out of the debate club? Why? Because they wouldn't stop saying, I see your point, and it's a valid one.
How do UU stay organized? They use a flexible schedule that allows for spontaneity and a sprinkle of chaos.
What's a UU's favorite kind of music? Everything, except the organ, or actually definitely the organ, except for when there are folks who don't like the organ. But never mind, can we just survey the congregation? We shouldn't really be speaking for other people.
Why did the UU refuse to open the door? Why? Because they were still pondering the meaning of knock.
What do you get when you cross a UU with a cat? A fluffy creature that believes in 9 lives and endless possibilities.
Why did the Unitarian Universalists bring a book to the picnic? To study all the different ways to enjoy the outdoors with snacks.
Why did the UU always carry a pencil? In case they need to draw a conclusion.
Why are Unitarian Universalists such bad hymn singers? Because they're always looking ahead to the next line to see if they agree with it or not. All right, also, so prove me wrong now. Prove me wrong that we're actually not, in fact, bad hymn singers. If you please rise and body your spirit, we are going to sing hymn number 1008, When Our Heart is in a Holy Place.
When our heart is in a holy place, when our heart is in a holy place, we are blessed with love and amazing grace. When our heart is in a holy place, when we trust the wisdom in each of us, every color, every creed and kind. When our heart is in a holy place, when our heart is in a holy place, when our heart is in a holy place, we are blessed with love and amazing grace. When our heart is in a holy place, when we share the silence of sacred space, and the God of our heart behind each other's words, then our heart is in a holy place. When our heart is in a holy place, when our heart is in a holy place, we are blessed with love and amazing grace. When our heart is in a holy place, when we share the silence of sacred space, and the God of our hearts stirs within, and we feel the power of each other's faith, then our heart is in a holy place. When our heart is in a holy place, when our heart is in a holy place, we are blessed with love and amazing grace. When our heart is in a holy place, when our heart is in a holy place.
So we've answered Liz's question, and we are the ones that can sing. This week, we are sharing our offering plate with the Miami Nation Honor Fund. This is part of our movement towards real rent and reparations. I invite you today to contribute as you are able by cash or check or using the link that is online. I want to thank you so much for your generosity in supporting the mission of All Souls and for your continued love of one another and this world. This morning's offering will now be given and gratefully received. Thank you.
Some things things in life are bad, they can really make you mad. Other things just make you swear and curse. When you're chewing on life's gristle, don't grumble, give a whistle. And this'll help things turn out for the best. And always look on the bright side of life. Yeah, whistle too, I can't whistle. Always look on the light side of life. If life seems jolly rotten, there's something you've forgotten. And that's to laugh and smile and dance and sing. When you're feeling in the dumps, well, don't be silly chumps. Just purse your lips and whistle, that's the thing. Always look on the bright side of life. There you go. Always look on the bright side of life. Life is quite absurd, and death's the final word. You must always face the curtain with a bow. Forget about your sin, give the audience a grin. Enjoy it, it's your last chance anyhow. Always look on the bright side of death. Just before you draw your terminal breath. Life's a laugh and death's a joke, it's true. You see, it's all a show, leave them laughing as you go. Just remember that the last laugh is on you. Always look on the bright side of life. Always look on the bright side of life. For life is quite absurd, and death's the final word. You must always face the curtain with a bow. Forget about your sin, give the audience a grin. Enjoy it, it's your last chance anyhow. Always look on the bright side of life. Always look on the bright side of life. Side of life. Side of life.
I'm so glad to see all of you here today. Let's start out with a quick sound check for the older people in the audience. Are your hearing aids adjusted to the right volume? And to the young people here today, I just want to give you a heads up. Things change as you get older. One day you get up and you look in the mirror and you go, oh, that can't be right. And then I tried to brush a hair off my shoulder the other day, realized it was attached to my chin. And you've all seen older women with Kleenexes tucked up their sleeves. Yeah, it seems as we get older, our mucous membranes thin, and we produce a lot more sinus drainage. They even have a lovely name for it, geriatric rhinitis. People tell me I don't look my age. I hated that when I was younger. So let me answer the questions that people usually want to ask but are too polite to ask. I'm 82 years old and I weigh pounds. Now, I've asked my hairdresser to come up with a plan for when this color doesn't match my face anymore. You know, wrinkles and all. Though I don't know why people are so upset about wrinkles. They don't hurt. Now, although the other day I spent quite a bit of time trying to pluck a stray eyebrow, only to realize it was a wrinkle. Now, you know I love wearing high heels. I've worn them since I was 16, wore them all of my career, every day. They make me taller, for one thing. But I recently had to give them up for a while. I needed a hip replacement. But I suppose I could have kept wearing them, but I thought it'd look a little silly since I was using a cane. Now, I'm retired, of course, and young people come up to me and they say, "Oh, that must be so nice. I wish I could retire." I have to remind them of a couple of things, though. One, you're old, and two, the paychecks stop. And then retired people are always telling me, "I don't know how I had time to work. I'm busier than I've ever been in my life." Well, of course. You spend half your time going to the doctor, filling your pill minders, doing your PT exercises, and putting on all the lotions and potions you need to keep from drying up and blowing away. Now, I took a life expectancy test recently. It was a very thorough, 40 questions. And I filled them all out diligently, and I hit the submit button, and it popped up 106. So I immediately called my daughters and told them the bad news. Now, I've been a member here since 1977, and this UU community has been an amazing part of my aging journey. They say that resilience or mental toughness, love or strong social connections, faith or a belief system are the keys to thriving in our later years. This church contributes to all of those. Now, I know most of you may not know who Andy Rooney was, but he once said, "It's paradoxical that the idea of living a long time appeals to everyone, but the idea of getting old doesn't appeal to anyone." But if you're lucky enough to get old, reinvent yourself and relish it.
One of my favorites. Thank you, Liz. Our closing words today also come from the UU Hysterical Society, and this is not a joke per se, but something I've noticed. I speak at a lot of different places, and at points where in other churches I get a loud amen. When I speak across the country at UU congregations, I often hear a A couple of recently deceased people are at the pearly gates, and the angel asks the first, "What is your faith?" And he says, "Catholic." "And did you go to confession?" "Oh, yes, every week." So the angel says, "Okay, go in." The next person declares that they are a Unitarian Universalist, and the angel says, "And did you bring a hot dish to share?" May your week be filled with laughter and joy, not in the absence of the struggle, but in the presence of it. May it be so. Amen, and blessed be.
For our final hymn, we're going to sing, do you have words to Coffee, Coffee, Coffee? Number 26 in the gray hymnal, if you need that. Coffee, 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 pray I didn't have my coffee yet, so I didn't know to go on to the next part.